Hi, so you're on this video because you've clicked on the link and you're desperate to find out how to set up the bank room from scratch. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm Tom, the Deputy Station Manager, and I have an idea of how this desk works, or at least enough of an idea that I can tell you. So we're going to take everything down and put it on absolutely nothing is now working. I'm going to press a lot of buttons and it is going to look completely mad, and you're going to wonder how the hell I know what on earth I'm doing. But hopefully by the end of this video you should have a good clue as well on how to do more or less everything associated with this desk. Like, if this desk was connected in the other room, you could literally take the desk, put it down here and connect it up, because right now that's how it is. I'm going to show you how to use that, and I'm also going to show you how to set up the computer. This will probably take about 10 minutes at most, but this is really kind of stuff which knowing how to do is going to help you out quite a lot, because this is the way we record everything in Xpress, and if you can stay here for a couple of years then, well, this is key knowledge. And, you know, it means people will call me less. So, what we've got here is the computer, which everyone is familiar with. I'm going to show you the straight thing. The first thing that you need to know is, moving the mouse down there, if you click that button, it brings up a new cool edit, which, you know, that's pretty good, huh? So straight away, you know, loads of knowledge being imparted here. What we're going to do is show you how to record in that, and you know, yada 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 yada. If there's a problem with anything, it's probably not with cool edit, it's probably with this, so, because the cool edit stuff is simple. Okay, so from the start, say this is here, you've just brought it in from the other room, it's not got anything connected to it, there's a firewire cable going in there, but we'll leave that because I'm sure someone else is doing something incredibly fun with that. This white cable is the one we're going to use for the power cord, primarily because it's the only real white cable in here. I know there's that one, but that's going below the desk. So that just makes it a lot easier for you to see which cable is plugged in. First things first, make sure that it's switched on. Come on, like, that's just basic. The next thing is, if you actually go around the back here, so there's your desk, we go right around to the back next to the power socket. There's a switch here. Just flick that, that turns it on. As I say, that's off, that's on, that's off. And I'm going to switch it on again. If you watch the desk, you see it flickers, and more importantly, this power light comes on. If that light is not on, then the desk is not on, which means either it's not plugged in there, or that switch not on, or if those two things are, you know, true, and the desk is still not turning on, then that probably means that the power cord has broken. If that has happened, then, you know, just call me up and I'll come in and fix it. So, what have we got to do? We've got to plug everything in first, because at the moment it's not plugged into anything. So, say you've got one microphone in the room, which is all you realistically need. Just follow the cable along. I know it goes to a mass of cables on the floor, but, you know, we'll just skim past that. It comes out with this cable here. It's really straightforward. You just go down there. We're going to use the mic 1. It's number 1, so we'll use mic 1. And we're just going to plug that into there. So just twist it about till it fits, jiggles a bit, push it in, like that. Done. Mic 1 plugged in. Next thing is to make sure that it's actually connected to the computer, because if it's not connected to the computer, then obviously it's not going to, you know, come out the computer. So how we do that is by looking for these big mass of blue wires, which again looks slightly complicated, but actually it's a lot simpler than it seems. They're done in pairs, so, well, they were done in pairs. Two of them are in a pair. The other two are sort of randomly disconnected. And the thing about these wires is that they're actually numbered, or it may not look it. So just pick up the wire and twist that bit around, and you can see there. That's number 2. This one is number 1. So let's take those to the desk. Again, this is number 1. So that just gets plugged into the top bit there. All these bits, the absolute top one, it says insert next to it. So that should be the clue that you should insert something there. So the cables fall to the floor. So again, that's number 2. That goes in there. You've got 2 cables left. And just find them. This one says 3. This one says 4. So we'll take the one which is 3 and plug that into there, and just go across like that and do 4 into there. That's simple. We only use 4 cables because the most microphones we're going to have in here at any one time are 4. Pretty straightforward. For those who are at all interested, these blue cables go into this box, and the reason we do 1, 2, 3, 4 is because they go in the box 1, 2, 3, 4. which then allows it to come up on Cool Edit as 1, 2, 3, 4 and makes your life a lot easier. This cable then here takes it through there. Really straightforward, really simple. The way it's then going to be picked up by Cool Edit is by clicking on the R button, which is the first step to recording anything, and then clicking on Rec 1. Now, the audio actually records in mono, i.e. one channel rather than two. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell it to just pick up the one audio file, as it were, that you need. Otherwise you'll get it in stereo and it'll come out as the top line has sounds in it and the bottom line doesn't, which is really annoying because then you have to edit it out, and that's just really frustrating. It just comes out of one ear rather than the other when you're listening to it on headphones. It's not good. So you just click left channel. It defaults to stereo, so you click left channel. It's absolutely that simple. It really is. Yeah, okay. Say you had here multiple microphones plugged in. Say you had 2, 3 and 4. What you would do is you'd hit the R button on number 2. Hit that. Hit, see, number 2. Left channel. Okay. That's simple. R, change that to 3, left channel, okay, because that's track 3, and then again with track 4, R, 4, left channel, okay. Excuse me. So that's, I mean, that is that simple. It's really not complicated at all. Just click. For the sake of now, I've only got one mic in, so we're going to get rid of the other R's, but realistically it should default to that, but I know for a fact that it often doesn't, for whatever reason. So, you know, stick with that. As I say, R Rec 1L, it will say, if you've done what I've just told you, which is what you need to record. Now, the thing I'm going to tell you to do now is just hit the record button. So what you've got is this. It's a line, there's no audio coming. You can click as much as you like next to the microphone, but there is nothing coming up there. And the reason is, the volume slider isn't up, or at least that's the first reason. You always want to make sure the volume slider is up, because that's how it allows it to pick up volume, obviously. The second thing you always want to make sure of is that this button, which has 48V, I'm assuming it stands for 48 volts, I'm not 100% sure on this, but if you press it, that light comes on. You can also see that this has turned on the microphone properly, because when, well, this is flickering around like no one's business, but once it settles, you can see on here that me speaking is clearly going into the computer. Really straightforward. It's not really coming up there because I'm not being very loud. If I were to sit down next to the microphone and speak like this, you should be able to see that that is picking me up quite a lot now. And so that's going into a computer, and the same would happen if you had done this with number 2 like that and then hit the 48 volt button like that. Although there is no number 2 at the moment, so we won't. You can obviously do that for 3 and 4. Let's move on. Let's say you want to have headphones plugged in. Because, you know, realistically you might want to have headphones plugged into the desk so you can actually hear what's going on. They plug into this headphone port here. You'll want probably one of these bad boys. Chuck that in there and then grab your headphones, i.e. this lovely pair of noise reducing Audio Technica expensive headphone thingies. Grab your cable and, oh goodness, completely fades out. Oh well, you can still see what I'm doing roughly. Plug it in there. Now, if you were to listen to those now, you wouldn't be able to hear what was going on, and that's for a couple of reasons, and I'll tell you exactly what they are now. To hear a microphone, you hit the main mix button there. Okay, press it on so it goes down. You push this main mix slider up. Again, push it up to about that level. That's fine. You press the main mix button there. Okay. Now you can see that that's not working. But if I were to click next to it, you can see those levels going up. You can see now that on the computer we've definitely got audio going into it. Multiple microphones. If you had number 2, if you had 3 and 4, all you would do is you would push that up, you would hit the main mix button to make sure you can hear it on the headphones, and the 48 volt button there to make sure that it was working. And that is absolutely it. It really is as simple as that. That is how you set up Cool Edit and the desk in the back room.